Which brings me to my third example, Father Pat Gannon at the Church of St. Paul of the Cross in La Mirada, California. For several years, Father Pat had been collecting money to build a new parish hall. You know, he's a very intelligent priest, and he said, you know, with a nice, well, I mean, I look at this place. This is a beautiful parish hall, and a good parish hall, when suitably equipped with a good kitchen, can provide a great place for wedding receptions, and this is a great source of income for parishes. So Father Pat had thought, I'm going to collect money and establish a parish hall at St. Paul of the Cross in La Mirada. But then Cardinal Mahoney came to St. Paul's for confirmation. And he and Father Pat are standing in the sanctuary before the confirmation. And Cardinal Mahoney's looking around and he's saying, it's looking a little run down, Father Pat. And Father Pat said, well, yes, you know, it's on my list. You know, Cardinal, I'm going to get to it. And the Cardinal said, you know, I think you ought to renovate your church before you build that new hall. And Father Pat said, well, thanks for that advice. I'll certainly take that under consideration. Well, of course, what's he thinking about? You know, he's got to go to the Archdiocese for a loan if he's ever going to finish Gannon Hall. And now the Cardinal says, forget about Gannon Hall. We want you to renovate your sanctuary. So Father Pat went back to the Pastoral Council and he said, here's the problem. I've collected $500,000 to build a hall. Cardinal Mahoney comes and says, let's renovate the sanctuary. What do you think I should do? And Dennis O'Connell, the chairman of the Pastoral Council, says, well, you know, if you renovate the church hall with the money that you've been telling people that you've been collecting to build the new, if you renovate the sanctuary with the money you've been collecting to build the church hall, people are going to feel that you were collecting under false premises. So Dennis and the council suggested, hold the line, build the hall. And Father Pat said, well, I better think about this one. So what happened was this. There was a lady at St. Paul of the Cross Church who knew one of the regional bishops. In the Archdiocese of LA's got these regional bishops. So she spoke to her, I guess it was her cousin, the regional bishop, and he said, I think you should build that hall too. And I will contribute personally $1,000 towards building that hall, and I'll speak to Cardinal Mahoney about it. He did. Father Pat got the loan. The hall went up. They named it Gannon Hall, and it's making tons of money. And now they're saving money to renovate the sanctuary. So what does that show? 3 pastors with 3 important questions. They consulted their pastoral councils. The councils gave them good advice. The pastors accepted the advice, and they told their people, I am going to initiate yearly meetings for social justice organizations. I'm going to put on a collection for the St. Julie Church in Uganda. I'm going to build a parish hall, because the council looked into it thoroughly, reflected on the various aspects of the question, and gave me good advice, which I accepted.